Greetings, comrades, and welcome back to From the Depths. It's me, Richie. Now, if you remember where I left off, I was talking about upgrading this helicarrier a little bit. I decided I'm going to add some cram cannons onto it just to give it a little extra punch to it, especially since I'm going to be taking down quite a few ships this episode, hopefully, all being well. Decided I'm going to finish off the Deepwater Guard this episode. I've taken out the main bases, but there's still a lot of fleets in the way, so going to make for an interesting episode, I think, trying to take them all down. Hopefully some coffin nails and maybe even a plunder along the way. Who knows? Anyway, as you can see, cram cannons, I don't think the calibers are too massive or anything like that, but it should rip through enemy ships rather nicely. 485mm. So yeah, it's not the most powerful cram cannon, but it's certainly not negligible anyway. With the height I've got as well, it'll give me a little bit of advantage in range. All being well. So, next thing to do is to find someone to actually shoot up, eh? Okay, and what have we got to deal with? A ransack versus a courageous. No money's on the courageous here. I've also tweaked the anti-missile cannons on the side of it now. Instead of, as before, where they were shooting at any targets, they're just designed now just to shoot at incoming missiles. Part of the problem was they were eating through a heck of a lot of ammo. Obviously that's limiting what I can do, really. I'll just move in a bit closer and hopefully the cram cannon should come. And there goes one of the missile pods. And there goes the cram cannons firing. I think the missiles alone should be able to chew this thing up rather nicely. Yep, you can see large chunks being blown away there. These really are the end days of the Deepwater Guard. Okay, let's reduce the speed a little bit just so my shots aren't going too fast. I know there's a way to turn my shields invisible as well, I'm just struggling to find it. If you do happen to know, let me know in the comments below. I can tweak it. It really bugged me. I've looked through quite a few things and I just can't seem to find which setting it is. And I think he's pretty much dead in the water now. So I wonder, might be worth me capturing him and see if we can get some extra resources out of him. Geronimo. Somewhere inside you is your AI. If I was an AI, where would I be hiding? Not apparently there, maybe at the front of it. Yep, and that's some nice little resources for me.
Listening.
And we're up against a Shrike, ransack, and another ransack.
Listening.
We might be better off just keeping him at range for now, just relying on the missiles to pummel him, and then closing him once he's a bit damaged. Especially with this kind of firepower he's throwing up. Oh yeah, it does help if you turn my weapons on as well, doesn't it? So the cram cannons are going to come into play now. I've made 3 variants of this helicarrier. This one armed with the cram cannons. There's another one armed with the advanced cannons, which has a bit better range but less oomph to it. And there's another one armed with bombs as well, which I'm thinking I could probably use for anti-submarine operations specifically. And with the bombs I can set them to become depth charges as well, so if there's any submarines coming along, drop those in its path and boom. Yep, perish before my might. think he's dead in the water, so... No, he's too damaged.
Weapons only.
No, we can never be too sure. And for some reason, the Deepwater Guard have pure hatred towards me. I can't think why. Now on to the next battle. Okay, over in the distance there you can see the lightning hoods, and they look like they're considerably well reinforced. Attacking airlines at the minute will be a bit risky. In the meantime, I'll clear out these towers that are next to it. What the hell, let's go for both two towers at once. And what do we have to deal with? And these look pretty high. Ooh, coffin nail, and a couple of red tuners. I think the red tuners will be any trouble. It's going to be the coffin nails for that one. What do we have here? Gotha and a Shrike. Let's look at the speed of those. Those are around 50 meters a second, and these are around 20 meters a second. So I think the best strategy here is to go north a bit, pick these off, and swing south and get these two. Or these four even. Yeah, that's going to be the strategy we're going to go with. Now we see if it actually works. Those coffin nails can be quite nasty, especially if you're moving slowly on the ground. Oh, and of course they go for these coffin nails, don't they? I want to target you.
Engaging now.
Oh, and it looks like the missiles have found the target. Beautiful. I'll pick up his friend and we'll...
Engaging now.
Gotha went down a lot quicker than I thought it would actually. Just zoom in so we can see what we're doing. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I'd be surprised if he's not dead now, actually. Yep, he's dead. And his buddy. He's getting... Wait for it. Nailed. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Hey. Yep, thank you. I'm here all week. Oh well, looks like one of them's found the target. Boom, chain reaction. A lot less intimidating than when I first started facing these guys. On the plus side, we're getting plenty of nice resources from them. We might even have enough to start putting aircraft on the carrier. I think what I'll do is I'll carry on mopping up with it as it is before I start spending out. I need to be thinking ahead for my next campaign. If I'm going against Yonk's Watch, I'm probably going to be throwing torpedo bombers on this thing. I wonder if can I take them all? Can I take all of these on at once? Do you think? She'll find out. Communism knows no fear.
Moving out.
Okay, we'll take two of them on first of all. Buccaneer, I don't think I've ever faced that one actually. And according to this, is actually quite a bit bigger than me as well. So I could be about to bite off a bit more than I can chew here.
Listening.
Yep, definitely about to bite off more than I can chew. Look at the bar at the bottom. I've got 6.5k materials versus 27.2. Yep, I might be about to get my ass kicked here. Wow. Nothing else is certainly impressive looking. Don't look at those cannons on it. I think these shells are incoming are just sabot shells, so they should just bounce straight off my shield. But it looks like he's mixing in other types of shells with him. The blue ones, I believe, are the sabots, and the yellow ones, I believe, are shield penetrating. Or they've got an inertial fuse on them. Yep, I think hit and run's going to be the day. And it looks like he's damaged my engine here, so I'm going to get out of range. I was not expecting a fight like this. And it looks like my engines are back online now, thankfully. I think my fuel is running low, so I'm going to have to try and get this battle over and done with as quickly as possible. It's a good job I didn't take on all those 4 squares, otherwise this would have been good night Vienna. For me. And those sabot shells just bouncing straight off it mostly. Oh crap. Oh, how was that for luck here? Barely. Just barely. Yeah, I think we're about to run out of fuel any second now. I think what I'm going to do is end this battle here, and hopefully I can refuel it by the time the other enemy fleet catches up. That is a real close one. And I hope I'm not going to just repeat my mistake here and go straight into another stupid battle. I'll wait until this cannon start firing before I start manoeuvring. That seems to have slowed him down a little bit. That seems to have slowed him down quite a lot, actually. Now we're in battle with the next group. We've got a Prowler and a Red Tuner.
Listening.
Yeah, it's not been too challenging, these ones, so I can't see them being a major problem. I say optimistically. There's also the risk as well I could have the lightning hoods of white flares declare war on me and try and invade. They shouldn't, I'd hope they don't, but I think they've done some tweaks to the campaign thing, so there's a chance that they actually could. With any luck, I'll have a chance to finish off the Deepwater Guard, extend some of my territory into another faction, and then go to war with them on my terms when I'm ready for them. I've actually got a decent enough fleet ready. I think, as far as from what my experience anyway, Deepwater Guard are the easiest. Onk's Watch are fairly easy. White Flares probably next on the list, and then Lightning Hoods are probably the toughest out of the closest ones to me. Then you've got things like the Grey Talons, Steel Striders, Twin Guard, who are probably just above that level. And then it's the Scarlet Dawn, who are the toughest faction in the game. I certainly won't be using these basic units to take them down anyway. Certainly not these, Scarlet Dawn. They'll pretty much just mop the floor with this thing. Thankfully though, off screen I've designed quite a few cruisers, battleships that can take on a Scarlet Dawn on fairly even terms. But in order to do that I'll need the resources of course, so getting the resources will be the next part. Another victory for the forces of communism. Okay, and I'll send my carrier in for one of its last battles, I think, actually. I think after this, there won't be much to do, really, for it. It's really designed to take on Deepwater Guard. Even then, it's kind of struggled with it, so how it'll do against some of the toughest factions, I'm not really optimistic about, to be honest. I'll still keep it around just as a reserve, just in case. But I'll let it enjoy its heyday while it still can. Off you go. Off you go. Off you go. And off you go. And here come the torpedo bombers now. One hitting there. Oh, really? And it looks like the torpedo bombers are down. He's got all of them. Yep, he's got all of them. Well, it was a nice try to see how well they do. I don't think it'd be very effective unless I sent like 100 in or something like that. Yep, I think we're going to need something else to take down this fleet. The basic carrier just isn't cutting it. Yeah, he's got to be done for now. I think it might be about time I actually supply the Courageous with its aircraft. Its drone fleet, should I say. Yep, I've now got more than enough resources for it. So, time to get it upgraded. And so we have the Courageous with its battle fleet ready to go to action. So now the only thing left to do is to actually see what it can kill.
Listening.
Thankfully the drones don't actually need any fuel or anything like that. They're designed to operate independently. They've got everything they need. They've got ammo, they've got power through RTGs, and electric engines and batteries. Pretty much designed so that if anything happens to the carrier, they can keep on fighting and hopefully win in the worst case scenario. Give you a brief rundown. We've got the fighters at the front of it. One at the front, one at the back. They're armed with long range missiles, and they also have some countermeasures, drop flares. Got the torpedo bombers, swordfish, not a biplane mind you. One either side of it. And last we've got the roguelite bomber. You can see the bomb racks on the side of it, and also the cannon underneath. I see the torpedoes and the swordfish launching there. I think one of my rogues just took damage actually. Not too fussed really, it's only a light bomber. It's going to be my swordfish and the wildcat that do the most damage. And see the power of drones. Literally just ripping these two apart. I think, is he dead already? Yep. Not going to be overly relying on these drones, though, since it makes it a bit easy to the campaign. Well, I should say easier. Just sheer carnage with missile spam. And so, sometime in the future, the last battle of the Deepwater Guard begins. I thought since I started with a Katyusha, I might as well finish with it. So probably the last time the Katyusha is the most viable military unit. Shrike, and of course
Listening.
I'll still keep the Katyusha around, but I think in future I'll just use it to attack across the border and provoke an attack. Just trying to get it to lead it into my main fleet. And my missile deciding, no, we're not going to go for that ship. We're going to turn around and go for that. Typical. It looks like the very last unit of the Deepwater Guard. The one that remains to the last desperately loyal troops perishes beneath the might of communism. Glorious. And thus the Deepwater Guard have ceased to be as an effective military organisation. My troops control all their former territory. Of course, now it's time to plan the next campaign. The Lightning Hoods over there look pretty solid, and I think if I attack them, they'd like to put up a fierce fight against me. The White Flares are not looking too well guarded down at the southern border. I'm not sure what their other borders have been like. The Unk's Watch, however, I think is likely to be my next major opponent. Of course, this is probably going to be in a future episode.
Listening.
In the meantime, what I'm going to do
Listening.
is put my sat radar up there for a start, so I can spot a bit more of his territory. And just decide what fleet I'm going to use as well. And then I'm probably going to launch an all-out attack against the Unk's Watch. I think I'm probably going to launch an attack along these from here, pushing north, here pushing north, from here pushing north, attacking along their entire frontier, if I can. Like I say, that'll be in the next episode, so I hope you've enjoyed this one. Give it a like, favourite, and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.